What's going on, guys? Going to do another tutorial. Got another skid plate set here from Apex. Yeah, show you how to do it. It's pretty simple. The tools you'll need are just a 1.3 hex or 1.3 Allen wrench, whatever way you prefer to call it. So yeah, let's get rolling. And get my screwdriver and my 1.3. So as you can tell, there on the frame, there is some missing screws. That's because at one point I had a set on here and I robbed them off of it to put on my deadbolt to protect those expensive freaking axles, solid metal axles I put on it. So yeah, now I have a set for this and let's get to it. So this comes with all the hardware needed. It even comes with a little Allen wrench. So yeah, most things you order, although some brands of shocks don't come with an Allen wrench, but yeah, in this case, comes with an Allen wrench and all the corresponding screws needed too. So yeah, let's get into it. Got a nice brand label on there, kind of cool. The finish isn't the greatest, but you know, it's going to get scraped up anyway, so who cares? And I think, I don't even know if they're stainless or not. Yeah, they are. Stainless steel. Yeah. So, alright, so these little guys here are for mounting the axle skid plates. You'll take out the bottom screws. Obviously, I'm going to get to that, and of the differential. And then you use the ones in the pack that they give you to put back in there, and yeah. So let's take those out a second. Hopefully this ends up being shorter than the last tutorial I did, which was like a freaking half hour. That was crazy long. So yeah. Make sure you keep track of which screws you take out, because you're going to want to compare them to the new ones that you put in it, because you're going to want them slightly longer because of those brackets that you guys screw on here. But goes together pretty simple. Another tool you might want to use is a pair of scissors. In the last one I used a knife. Yeah, I'm going to use scissors. Just because if kids are watching, they'll get the right idea and use something safe. Set a good example, huh? Even though I do put in there not meant for kids, but whatever. Kids will still watch what they want to watch. Yeah. So now we shall take the screw from the stock. And so you can see how thick this bracket is. Whoa, knock over my camera. Which honestly is my phone at the moment. So you can see how thick that is. So obviously you want that much of a longer screw, which is going to be right there. See it next to the black one? So yeah. So, well, I almost knocked over the camera again. Push that back a little bit. Put that up there. And that up there. And that up there. Get the trash out of the way. So, let's take the screw. And it does matter which way you put this on, guys. So, you see how it's got a little raised edge. See that? Right there. That you're going to want toward the differential. So it's going to go in like that. And then it obviously will reset that screw, or recess that screw back in there too. So and I think I stated in one of my other videos, actually I think it got blocked. I did a tutorial on how to install some links, and apparently I had some music in there that was copyright issues or whatever. I don't know. It's kind of stupid. Just have Pandora playing in the background and YouTube doesn't like it, but whatever. It is what it is. So that's why I don't have any music playing now, because I just don't want to deal with it. Well, I'm totally not recording. But yep, just screwing that into the bottom two screw holes on the differential. And again, remember, you are screwing into plastic, so you don't want to over tighten because you'll strip them out. Let's see if I can do this without picking the truck up so you guys can see. Again, this is the longest screw that comes in the package. And seeing as how it is plastic, guys, I like to like kind of backward thread it because a couple of turns, because you'll feel it like drop into the proper tread path. So it's just a habit I like doing. My stepdad actually taught me that years ago to do that. Helps prevent that stripping of the threads or cross threading. So yeah. So there's that little bracket. And now you are going to take the skid plate. These guys are the exact same, so it doesn't matter which one you put, front or back. And now you are going to use the two smallest screws that they give you, because obviously that plate is not very thick, so you don't need a very long screw. And that right there. Yeah, it's probably going to be a little easier if you take the tires off, so I'm going to quick pause and do that a second. Okay guys, got the tires off. If you've never taken the tires off or upgraded anything before and you start doing it, some of the rims and tires out there that you buy, they're a little tight for these little spacers that go on the hub. There's a little groove. That little groove is for these little pins that lock in there, and that is what makes the tires spin when the axle spins. So you got to make sure you don't lose those. So you can see that little plastic hub that's stuck in there. I'll quick pull it out so you guys can see it. So that's what it looks like when it's stuck in there. And that's what it looks like when it's out. See that little hex thing right there, guys? So yeah, that will get stuck in some of the rims that are out there. Yeah, that's another video. Just a heads up. Don't lose those little pins. Yeah. All right. So, moving on. Throw that back in there. And now we shall take one of these skid plates, put my 1.3 hex or Allen back in my driver. Oh, another note, the nut on here I think is a 3mm hex socket. This just so happens to be the correct size. I think they actually do come with a wheel wrench, so yeah, and I'm pretty positive it's a 3mm. Hopefully that stays on there. And they are slotted, so you can place them back and forth to the front of the truck and rear of the truck, however you like them. I usually run them all the way back just to give you a little bit more approach clearance, increase that approach angle. And just out of habit, I always back thread just to find it. Snug for now. Grab another one. So if you take a look at the axle shaft sticking out of the hub right there, you can see a little hole. That is where those little pins go that I told you not to lose. Not the greatest fit, but it's pretty darn close. You just gotta push it. Imagine they're machine bent, so yeah, you just gotta push it up and bend it just a slight bit to get the holes to line up. It's not horrible. So that's the front one, guys. Ta-da! And now moving on to the side one. So these screws that are missing are where the stock screws go to hold this whole center plate on. I just never put them back in because it's a pretty snug fit, and these screws here that hold the suspension links kind of keep the frame from spreading apart and stuff. So yeah, but now we'll be putting them back in. And for those, you are going to use the medium size screw that comes in the kit. Looks like that right there. And the skid plate, doesn't really matter which direction it goes. It's just personal preference on how you want the brand label to go. They're 100% symmetrical, so Yeah, I'm just going to put it that way. And it just snaps on there like that. Well, it doesn't really snap, although in that instance it did. And then again, you just want to make sure the holes are lined up properly, and it's a little high, so you just nudge it down a little bit. And it's got to go that way a little bit. And now you are definitely screwing into plastic, so that back threading is key. I don't know if you heard that, but it kind of made a little thud. The thread's finding the correct way to go in. Grab another one. And there it was again. Flip it around. Looks kind of cool, huh, guys? Kind of dresses it up a little bit and gives you added protection. Especially if you get one of those all metal skid plate mount suspension like mounts that are out there. Yeah, definitely want to protect it. And there we go, 2 out of 3 done. Pretty sweet, huh? I like them. Moving on to the back. Bottom 2 screws come out. And just like we did on the front, you take that little black bracket, make sure that those little nipples, whatever you want to call them, those go against the differential. And take another one of the longest screws in the kit. back in there, and again, reverse thread, bonk. Video's pushing 20 minutes already. Sorry, guys. Reverse thread. Grab your rear skid plate. Oh, I should mention this longer part goes toward the center of the truck. I don't know if you can see that. See how it's longer than the front? Yeah, that goes to the center of the truck on both front and rear. And there you have it, guys. There's the rear. All that is left to do is to throw the tires and all that stuff back in. I guess I'm just going to do another quick tutorial on how to do that. So I like to get a set of tweezers. They work really well for some reason these are magnetic. I didn't think they were, but obviously they're magnetic. It really helps for picking them up because my fingers just can't do it anymore. So, and you just see that little hole, you push it in there, maybe just like that. And then those little hex things, just line that groove up with that pin and you're good to go. See? Ta-da! These stamped wheels from RC four-wheel drive are pretty sweet. They don't fit well on all tires, but it's kind of a 2-in-1 buy because they do make wheel extenders. They're like little brass extenders that come on here. Well, these you can actually, this little black thing you can mount on the front of the wheel or in the back. This is actually the back of the wheel, and if you mount it to the front of the wheel when you attach them to the tire, it gives you that offset. See, pushes them out quite a ways. So it's kind of a 2-for-1 in my eyes anyway. I like them. And then your wheel nut. Sorry if that's a little loud. These wheel nuts, they're so small. They can strip out pretty easy, so just make sure you don't over tighten them. And if you over tighten certain wheels on your trucks, they will cause a binding issue, and that's one of the biggest things that makes those stock motors fry up. Any resistance will just, yeah, it's not good. So just snug them up, and there we go. There's one. The rest go the same way. So yeah, that is it, guys. There are the skid plates mounted up all nice and pretty like. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm gonna throw the rest of the tires and stuff on, and see you later. Hit the subscribe button. Bye.